Guys, what's going on? Welcome back, Sean here, and today we're going to be talking about flipping cars and the potential for profit there. Because I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I've been talking about cryptocurrencies for the past couple days, and that's really not the only way to make money. It just happens to be really lucrative right now and very volatile, and that just promotes, more profit and loss, but profit as well. So I want to switch it up. I'm going to talk about the cars, flipping some cars. All right. I'm going to show you where to find some good deals, supply and demand. Whether you're buying your car from a private seller or a used car dealer, will you be repairing it or not? The bottom line or potential for profit, and then selling it. How you're going to sell it, where you're going to go to sell it, all that stuff. All right, so I want to start with some websites that I like to go to for getting an idea of how much the vehicle is that I want to look for. So I brought up some websites already. I start off with Kelley Blue Book, just basic, just so I have an idea of what's going on. I am currently flipping a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I have one myself, and I'm in the middle of flipping one as well. I do this just to get a basic, standpoint, just a good starting point to have an idea where to go. And I'm very optimistic about it. 160,000 miles. In good condition. I'm not lowballing it by any means. I just want to see what Kelley Blue Book has to say about that. So after I do that, first place I like to go is Craigslist. Now, yes, I'm sure there's a lot of scams and people reposting stuff left and right, but you do find that occasional post where you're like, okay, is this really, you really selling it for this much? And that's how you find these good deals. You got to hunt for them, right? So I just brought up a couple pictures of some of them. Some are 2004, some are 2002, 2001, just to give you an idea. But you see the prices that I had up there before, right? Let's see here. Let's just keep it to 2001. That's what we did in Kelley Blue Book. So, okay, so 1900. Okay, and what were our prices before, right? 16 to 25, right? So this one, okay, right in the middle. We just don't know how many miles it has on it, right? That's how many miles. 170,000 miles, right? What did mine say? 160, right? Okay, so it's right in the middle there. 10,000 miles more, but it's right in the middle, right? So if we were to put an offer in on a vehicle like this, this is the kind of stuff that you need to think about, even before putting an offer in, depending on what your plan is. There's two ways of going about this. You can either, just be purely buying and selling vehicles, at which point your profit isn't going to be as much, but it's definitely still doable. Or are you going to be buying cars that are broken, need to be fixed, and then you plan on reselling them? In this situation, let's just say that you wanted to buy it and resell it. He's offering 19. You saw that, right off the bat, Kelley Blue Book, they're saying 16 to 25 with 160,000. He's almost right in the middle of this, and he's 10,000 miles over, right? So we know he's kind of a little expensive. I'd say if you can get this vehicle for $1,000, I wouldn't go above that. So like I would probably start off with like $800. Now he might laugh at you, he may not even respond to you, and that's fine. But I wouldn't go above 1,000 for something like this, right? So he may be too far off the beaten path as far as what he's asking for. But it's just to look at something to get an idea of, right? So this guy right here, it's a 2001 Laredo. This quote right here, I think was on a Laredo? Yeah, it was. Okay, so what does he have? 167,000. Okay, so he's got 7,000 more miles, right? And he's asking for 38.99, right? 38.99. That is a little insane, if you ask me. I mean, this thing's got to be in really good condition. Okay, well, he's got an aftermarket speaker in there. Okay, it looks pretty clean, I mean, I'll give him that. I still think the price is too expensive, in my opinion. But you could definitely knock him down. But I wouldn't waste your time with this, right? So this is something I would not waste my time with. It's $38.99. If you want to make money off of something like that, I'd pick it up for like 15, 16. Again, way too far. So I wouldn't even bother. So anyways, you get the idea, right? So you just, I mean, and you don't have to do it with the Jeeps, right? You can do it with anything that you see a supply and demand for. If you see, like I went to all these other websites, I was just typing in cars, right? You want to just search for cars sometimes. You want to see what a lot of people are selling. Now, it can mean because they're crap. It can mean because there's so many of them that they're just getting old. Whatever the case may be, obviously you want to know what the reason is why there's so many out there on the market. But I typed in just Jeep Grand Cherokees just 'cause that's just what I've been trading and flipping. So I went to Craigslist, then I went to 5 Mile, right? Here's another website, and you guys have it on your phones, I'm sure, if you buy and sell things around your house. And look, $900 here. This one's in 1997. You gotta do some digging around here, but again, these are private sellers. This is where you're gonna make your money. You gotta find those gems. And then what do we have here? We got OfferUp. I went to again, another one of those sites and apps you can get on your phone. You just gotta do some digging. $300 for a 1996. I think I looked at this one. This guy's got a problem in his engine. Yeah, lost compression, then engine shut off. Had it tick before it shut off. See that? Here's another thing, right? This is a perfect example. Yes, it's $300. That's great, but it's got 277,000 miles. Okay, I mean that's quite a lot, even for a 4.0. Which no, the motors are pretty good in them. But anyway, you don't really want to do anything that's going to mess with the motor. It's just, again, you're buying and selling. You're not trying to fix anything. So this would be something like that. Even I wouldn't even touch this. I'm a mechanic myself. I'm mechanically inclined. I like to do things on vehicles. So I wouldn't even go for this. I would not even pick this up. Because I don't want to mess with the motor. I'll do a transmission. Maybe we'll do radiator. Swap batteries out, alternators, starters, stuff like that. Brakes. Things like that. But I'm not gonna do a motor job. Too many things can go wrong. If it was a personal vehicle and it was worth it, then maybe, yeah. But not something like that. It's $300. At that point, you just scrap it. So again, if you're just buying and selling, you're not going to waste your time with that. Okay, you're not. It's not worth it. Your goal is to simply look for something that's like a 2001, right? Find a specific car that you want, that you're looking for. Get an average price. Like you'll start to get a feel for it the more you look at them, and like you'll know like 160,000 miles goes for $2,000, and then you're scrolling through here and you see one for 1,000, or even 1,500, and you can work that person down with like $500 or so. Boom, there you go. Now again, everyone's gonna have a different price range, when they start, even if they want to do this. Some people are gonna have maybe like $500 to work with. Some people are gonna have $1,500 to work with. It varies, but this is just where you go to start. Again, Let Go is another website where you can go and check things out and see what's what. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Supply and demand. I told you about where to find your good deals. Now here's another thing too. Those websites I showed you. That's one way to do it. Now the other end of it all, if you are buying them and plan on repairing them, okay, a lot of times what you can do is go to used car dealerships, and you want to go to like the inventory that they just got in, because a lot of times they'll buy them from an auction, and they'll have their mechanic fix it, and then they'll sell it themselves. But they're all about making money at the end of the day. So if you can catch them before they put that out onto their lot, and before the mechanic gets their hands on it, I'm sure you guys can agree on a price. I mean, I've come across a couple Jeeps where I've been able to pick them up for like $500-600 and turn around and sell them for $1,500 to $2,000. But again, we're repairing them, and that's where that profit, you get a little more in your profit. So if you're just flipping them, just purely buying them and selling them, like I said, I mean, you might make $200-400 on a car. If you find a great deal, you might make more, but you're more likely to make a profit on repairing them. But another thing you got to worry about is you can also diagnose a vehicle wrong. Just because you buy it and you hear transmission went out on you, go and replace transmission, you find out it's something else entirely different. You just wasted all that money, and your profit just got that much smaller if you even have any left. So that's another thing you got to be careful of. So that's the other way of selling it. If you want to fix them, and then resell them. Again, we talked about private seller. Or used car dealers. I would only go used car dealers if you plan on repairing them for the most part. You'll get really good deals from them, because they just, they're willing to work with you. If you want to do this on a regular basis, they're going to want to build a relationship with you so that you can keep coming back and getting better vehicles and keep buying from them. That's really all they care about. They just want their inventory to rotate. They don't want vehicles sitting there, so they're willing to go down like $100, $200 off of what they want, just to sell the car to get in another one, and then maybe you'd be interested in it. Now repairs, again, if you're just buying and selling, you don't have to worry about this. If you plan on doing repairs, your profit is going to be in the purchase of that vehicle. So this is the tricky part. Not only is it finding the deal, right? Finding that great price on a vehicle and getting someone to agree to a certain price. You got to go there and check it out and make sure that there's no issues with it, or no major issues. I mean, minor cosmetic stuff you might be able to get away with and fix up. That's no big deal. But like for me, in my situation, when I go and look at a vehicle, if that engine is ticking, if I got coolant coming out of my coolant reservoir, I'm not touching it, right? Those are telltale signs that something is wrong with that motor, whether it's got a blown head gasket or what. I don't want to touch it. It's just too much work for me, and too many things can go wrong, and it's going to start eating into my bottom line, and I don't want that. That's not what I'm about. So let's talk about this now, the bottom line and potential for profit. Again, when you buy a vehicle, that's when you make your money. It doesn't really come down to when you're selling it. I know it sounds weird, because you want to know and have a plan in your head before you buy this vehicle. So purchase price, right, like we spoke about, and if you are repairing it, do you need to tow it, or can you tow it yourself? Repairs, and then obviously you want to clean your car. I can't tell you how many people I've gone to see their cars and they look disgusting. I mean, it's like it's been sitting there for months and never been driven, which is fine. But if I'm going to show somebody a car, I think they're more likely to buy it if it's clean. Wouldn't you think? I mean, you go to a used car dealership, or any car dealership, or they're not going to show you a dirty car, right? You don't want to buy a dirty car, so why are you going to sell somebody a dirty car? So please, if you're doing this, detail that car. Make them feel like they are getting a really good deal on that car. I mean, if you're repairing it and doing it right, I mean, why not make it look good, right? Just detail it. Take like the 15-20 minutes out of your day or whatever. Go through it with a vacuum, bring it through a car wash, call it a day. Put a little foam on the tires, and you're good to go, right? Now, selling. This can get tricky, and sometimes, you can end up losing your shirt on this if you don't do it right. But essentially, when it comes to selling, let's just say you bought a car for $1,000 and you want to sell for $2,000. Well, everybody knows, or you should at least, is that you don't want to sit there and put it up for $2,000, right? You want some wiggle room, so you might put it up for $2,500, like this gentleman right here. We'll go back to this, right? $1,900 he wants for it. Well, I guarantee you, he's willing to take probably like 15, 16 for it, right? You're never going to sit there and go, unless they say like firm on price. Even so, these people might be desperate. You don't know. And desperate is good. That's how you get your money. That's how you get those great deals. You don't know if they're moving, or if they have debt, or who knows what. And they just need that money now. So, desperate is really good. But, he might wiggle on this price a little bit. And, I might be able to get him down to like $1,200. But I don't think I'd be able to get him to $1,000. But it's always worth putting a feeler out there and just see what he says, right? So when you're putting a vehicle up there, you don't want to sit there and start out at $2,000. You want to start at like $25, right? And just have them knock you down a little bit. And pictures. I mean, look at this. There's one picture here, right? This is horrible. Why one picture? Are you hiding something? I mean, that's what I'm going to be thinking, right? If I'm buying something. So if you're selling something, take pictures of everything. Let's find something that's got. Let's go back here. Let's find something that's got good. Oh, this guy right here, right? Look at this. This is what you want, right here. Look at all these pictures. Like this guy did a really good job in taking these pictures. I mean, there isn't. I mean, he could have blocked out his license plate, but that's all right. But these pictures are amazing. He did a good job. It looks clean in there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does sell for this. I wouldn't buy it just because I know it's overpriced, but still, he did a great job. 167,000 miles. But that's what you're looking for. Just like this. Perfect advertising right here. Mechanic. Look at that. See, it was mechanically owned. Selling 2001, da-da-da-da, power steering. Everything's working. Drove it to Orlando and back with no issues. $399 plus tag office fees. I mean, let's make a deal. No help sell. No trades. No phone calls after 10 p.m. please. Even that's nice right there. This guy did a great job posting this car. He really did. This is a good example of what you want to do right here. I mean, he got everything in there. So even the tire thread, which a lot of people don't do, and that's another you guys got to look out for too. Tires wearing on the inside, you know, and then you can't really see that from the outside. Like a lot of times, you go and walk up and you look at the tire and it looks good, but on the inside, you know, and that cuts into your profit margin. Even when you're buying and selling, you got to look at that kind of stuff. Little things like that wear over time. It's very important. This right here is what will mess you up. He did a good job putting these liners back here. I like that. He cleaned it up very nicely. All those seats. Yeah, he did a really good job on that. So back to my list over here. So selling, right? So I told you don't want to start at the top. You want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. 2,500 if you're selling for two. What else? And pictures, right? Take pictures. Like we said, that guy did a great job of taking pictures. Let's see. Obviously, you don't want to show your license plate, and give as much detailed information as you can about the vehicle. It only helps people in the long run, and they won't ask you as many questions, which people still do. Seat covers, I mean, that's a dead giveaway. Something's wrong with the seats. Like, that's what I would think, you know. I've seen it too many times. Back seats look great, right? I mean, maybe you're just trying to protect them, but if you're selling the car, get rid of the seat covers. Just get rid of them. And if you're buying a car, pull them off. Take a look, see what's what, right? So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Again, it's just kind of like a brief overview. I don't want to get too crazy with it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. So, like I said in the previous videos, we do have a giveaway that I'm going to be doing. I want to take a survey when I get closer to 100 subscribers. I want to do a survey and on what to give away, what you guys want. So the sooner we get there, the sooner we can get that survey going and get those prizes. All right. Till next time. Take care.